Sports Day is brought to you by Barton Community College. Explore your future and get started now. Visit gobarton.com.
Okay, Sports Day in 3, 2, 1.
Hurts, picked off, intercepted, and now the ball's out, and Hurts ends up with the ball in his hands. He fumbles. Chargers ball. Troy Dye ends up on the ball. And what a mess of a play. Hurts keeps, throws, batted up and picked off. Intercepted, and the Chargers win the ball game. Jefferson with the pick. Cam Hart tipped it. It's showtime now for Johnson.
Well, and early, we have seen the pressure here for Kansas State be able to create some offense. It's something Jerome Tang talked about at the beginning of the season. They've got to create chaos. You've got to be able to score off your defense.
And another turnover, and the run out for Haggerty. An 8-2 run. Kind of what the doctor ordered for K-State. They knew their assignment, and they got it done.
We played okay. We did what we needed to do. Took advantage of some situations that we should, and overall pleased with the effort. I didn't think we had, especially early in the game, I didn't think we had a lot of enthusiasm. But it got better, and got everybody in the game, so that it was a good night.
The execution all the way around was bad. That team's just not very good. The officiating was even worse, and anytime the fouls are what they are, that's just ridiculous. There was obviously some type of, it was ridiculous. They went after our two best players, and, we went and played 10 minutes without, two of our best players on the team.
Happy Wednesday, everybody. Welcome into another episode of Sports Day. My name is Brant Daughtry. I'm the host of this show. Landon Winkler is over in the corner. He's running the camera feed. He's running the video stream. And he's going to be in charge of a lot of stuff today, so everybody say thank you, Landon. Sports Day today is brought to you by Barton Community College, offering exceptional and affordable learning opportunities, supporting student, community, and employee needs. We start today's show, as we do every day, with the sounds of the past 24 hours, and it's actually going to be the sounds of the past 48 hours because I was not here yesterday during this time. I was on the road to Goodland, where you heard some of those sounds. We'll get to those in just a moment, but we started off with the results of Monday Night Football, an ugly, ugly football game all the way around. You heard there in one of the sounds the first ever play in NFL history where a player has committed 2 turnovers on the same play. Jalen Hurts threw an interception. The intercepting player fumbled the ball while running it back. Hurts recovered the fumble, and then he fumbled again on the next hit. And that ball was turned over twice on one play by the same guy. And that's just a really, really interesting anomaly. I've never seen anything like that, and neither has anybody ever as far as the NFL game goes. So a wild, wild sequence of events. And, man, what a crazy moment that was, huh? An ugly game, went into overtime. Hurts picked off at the very end by the Chargers, and that was how we got to our final score. Your other sounds the past 24 hours, a much-needed victory for Kansas State. The offense saw some shots go in. They've been I won't say they've been struggling as far as the way all season, but lately things have not been really going down for them. They've had some rough showings a couple of games in a row where the offense was not up to snuff. And out there over the weekend, or actually on Tuesday night or Monday night, I believe. Either way, since the last time I hosted this program, a really good showing against Mississippi Valley State. It's not going to impress anybody. They are not a big-time program. That is a paycheck game. And Barton. We'll get to Barton in a second. But K-State able to go in there and take care of business. You heard the commentators say what they said. K-State did what it needed to do against an overmatched opponent like Mississippi Valley State. And again, I'm pretty sure that was on Monday night. Barton Community College basketball up in Goodland last night. I was on the call of those games, spoke with both coaches after their respective games. Coach Alan Clark and the women won 83-43 or 83-41, one of those two scores. Either way, a really good showing for the women. That that Northwest Tech team up in Goodland, their women's team is just not very good. They've struggled for several years in a row. Went 1-27 last year. Are currently 0-12 following the loss to Barton last night this year. So Barton went in there, did what they needed to do, saw a lot of shots go in. Elena Eck scored a season-high 21 points. She's been needing a performance like that. Regina Donahue did what she does. She scores 20. And coming off the bench once again for Gina, I wonder if Coach continues with that. He said that he thinks that helps all the other players get involved, and then you add Regina Donahue into the mix, and you know she's going to get her shots up. She's an extremely talented scorer, and she wants to continue scoring. So that may be something that if you're interested in Barton women's basketball, they are going to continue down that path, it looks like. On the men's side, a less fun game. Barton was ahead by double digits with about 5 minutes to go, completely in control of the game. And then as you heard from Coach Jeremy Combs, the refs got involved, and the execution was far from perfect for Barton. And there were also some moments where I think he was justifiably upset with some of the calls that were made. And Barton falls by a score of 74-71. And the men now not where they want to be as far as record in the Jayhawk Conference. They were supposed to win that. Not supposed to. They should have won that game is a better way to say that. They should have won that game. They should have pulled away. Like I said, had a double-digit lead, had a chance to put the foot on the throat, and couldn't do it. And some things out of their control, some things in their control. But again, I think Coach Combs 100% justified in saying that the referees involved themselves down the stretch of that game. And he talked about the two best players as Eris Rodriguez, the leading scorer, and Sebastian Mukic, one of the best forwards on the team, probably and one of the better defenders on the squad as well, a big man down low who had a really good game before he fouled out. And so both of those two players foul out, and from there, Barton's offense just really can't get anything going. And Northwest Tech steals a win up in Goodland, and then it was a very, very long and solemn drive home. About 3 hours between here and Northwest Tech in the Fort Hays Technical Institute Northwest is the complete name of that university. Other basketball in action last night on our airwaves over in the 24th annual Eagle Classic. Started yesterday. You've got Haven, Clearwater, Kingman, Sterling, Meade, and Great Bend. Great Bend was taking on Clearwater yesterday. On the girls' side, Clearwater defeated Great Bend 53-33. You'll actually hear from Jade Winter on today's show, the head coach of Great Bend girls basketball. She previews this matchup a little bit. Obviously, does not go the way that Great Bend would have preferred. I keep talking a lot about Barton basketball. If you haven't caught the Freudian slips, also I'm working on about 4 or 5 hours of sleep right now. But hope everybody's enjoying the show so far. So Clearwater wins that matchup against Great Bend 53-33. Great Bend will go into the losers bracket on that thing. They will face Friday Haven at 3 p.m. The boys will play them at 4:30. But the boys are in the winners bracket. They played Clearwater as well Tuesday after the girls game. Great Bend boys basketball is an absolute machine this year. They win at 77-37. We'll talk to Coach Kyle Cree on tomorrow's show, actually. We'll get his thoughts and on the early season and the fact that Great Bend basketball right now on the boys' side is 3-0. Kind of the expectation for that squad. We talked about this senior class in football all year long. Now a lot of those guys over on the basketball team as well, and I'm sure they will continue to put on their respective show, and I'm sure that is part of the expectation. We actually have video feed up now. If you remember in football season, we had it up for Hoisington. We now have it up for Great Bend as well. Unfortunately, we've had to suspend the Hoisington video feed for just a little while, just temporarily, until we can get a part-time videographer to come in and do it. I've done it. I'll say to anybody watching, I'll say to any parent watching who wants to give their kids something to do, I have done it myself. It is not very hard. You just have to pay attention for a couple hours, and it's good. We'll pay you, we'll feed you, we'll provide travel. Please, if you're a parent in Hoisington of a child who is 16 years or older and just wants to give that kid a little extra pocket money, this is a great way to do it. Great crew, Caden Sanders and Gene Manweiler will be on the calls of those respective games, and they'll get to go out there with Caden and Gene, and both two fine, upstanding men, Caden and Gene, and you'll get to go and be a part of that videography crew. But young girl named Ella, who I believe is or Ellie maybe, I can't quite remember. Emma, thank you, Landon. Emma, a Great Bend High School student, is helping Mike Hesher with the basketball video feed. So Great Bend fans, if you've been wondering, hey, Hoisington gets video, why don't we get video? You get video now. Congratulations. And it's a great time. The software we're using is super cool. It's really easy to follow. You'll get the full scoreboard. You'll get a full production. And it's really high-quality stuff. So if you're looking to watch the game as well as listen to it, you can do so. And watch along the game with Mike Hesher on the call. It's a really great time. And big thanks to Emma for stepping up and doing that. And Emma's making the pocket money, dadgummit. And hopefully there's a kid in Hoisington listening to this who wants to be a part of that. So, again, if you have any questions, look at GreatBendPost.com, the employment wall, and sign up there. And we'll take anybody. Again, you got to be over 16 years old. That is the only requirement that you have to have. And availability on Wednesdays and Fridays. That is your only caveat. So that's what's going on right now in the world of high school basketball. The Keedy Classic will get back underway on Thursday. Hold on, let me find out what exactly is happening here. I believe Hoisington. Okay, so Great Bend's girls will get back underway tomorrow in the losers bracket of the Keedy Classic over in Larned. They will play Kinsley at 5:30 over at Larned Middle School. You can hear the call of that game on 100.7 Eagle Country. I just talked about Caden and Gene. You get to hear them over there. The boys, though, were victorious in their first matchup. They will then play because of that play on Friday, they play Larned at 7 p.m. over at Larned Middle School. We'll have both of those games broadcasted for you. And we're in the swing of things, folks. High school basketball, it's well underway, and we are just along for the ride at this point, along with the Barton stuff, Kansas basketball on our airwaves as well over on Hits 106.9. It's great stuff. Sports Day Today is brought to you in part by the Marmy Auto Group on 10th Street in Great Bend. Also by Sutherland's, helping you build it better since 1917. From quality lumber, plywood, OSB, to cabinets, plumbing, hardware, and power tools, they have everything you need to get the job done. Visit Sutherland's on 10th Street. Lastly, by the Barton Cougar Booster Club, continuing their efforts to make the Barton Community College athletics programs the best in the country. We got to hit our first break. On the other side, spoke with Jade Winter on yesterday, head coach of Great Bend girls basketball. She joins us on the other side. You're listening to Sports Day from the Mayo Money Management Studio on 1590 KVGB and 95.5 FM.
The 20K Christmas Cash Giveaway. We're giving away $20,000 to spend at our participating sponsors this Saturday at the Crest Theater. And today you can become an instant finalist at GB Tires. We all know winters around here can get a little dicey. So if you're cruising around with bald tires, stop on in GB Tires. You don't need an appointment. Their team will help you choose the right tire for winter driving. Plus, they offer fast installation and honest prices. They'll get you ready for the winter roads ahead. They carry the most trusted brands in the industry, like Michelin and BF Goodrich, and can service commercial, farm, truck, and passenger vehicles. Stop in today at GB Tires, located at 2901 10th Street in Great Bend. Become our latest instant finalist with the 20K Christmas Cash Giveaway, presented by Cornerstone Automotive and Tire, Mayo Money Management, and Mater Plumbing, Heating and Air, your Bryant dealer, whatever it takes. You have until 5 o'clock to get qualified at GB Tires.
Community bankers should actually know your community. Hi, I'm Sean Powelson, president of your local Equity Bank. As someone who lives here, I know many of you, and I know what's important to you. I've been in the industry a long time, and I've helped many navigate through financial challenges and lead them to financial opportunities. I believe that people bank with people, so I'd like to invite you to stop by one of our region's 5 locations and meet our friendly, helpful staff. Let us show you our commitment to serving you and our communities. Because at Equity Bank, we're right here beside you. Member FDIC.
Selling your farm or ranch acres can be stressful. At Red Cedar Land Company, they are extremely diverse in the number of ways they can represent you, and they tailor each project to meet their seller's needs. One of the biggest questions for a seller is, what is my land worth? At Red Cedar Land Company, they offer a free market analysis to help you better understand the value of your land. You deserve a better selling experience. Put your trust in Red Cedar Land Company. Call Cody Crook with Red Cedar Land Company at 620-617-7320.
Martin Community College, in partnership with Golden Key Group, proudly offers the nation's first associate's degree in federal human resources, and it's 100% online. This program prepares you for remote federal HR careers that support mission success across the government. Service members and military spouses, use your MyCAA or GI Bill benefits to take the next step towards a rewarding, flexible career from wherever you are. Learn more at federalhr.bartonccc.edu.
Sutherland's is your complete home improvement and hardware store. Tens of thousands of products are in stock at everyday low prices. Sutherland's also offers custom buildings, including post-frame barns, garages, and deck packages too. The friendly and knowledgeable staff at Sutherland's, always ready to help you with any project. From hardware, lumber, cabinets, plywood, and OSB, fencing, power tools, furniture, and more. They simply sell for less. Sutherland's, West 10th, Great Bend, helping America build it better since 1917.
It's all here at Great Bend Rec.
Sports, leisure, fitness, and wellness, even senior and adaptive needs. It's all here at the Great Bend Rec. Pick up a program guide or stop by the rec office at 1214 Stone in Great Bend, or check out the all-new website, greatbendrec.com. Live, play, explore at the rec.
It's all here at Great Bend Rec. Live, play, explore at the rec.
Welcome back into Sports Day. Brant Daughtry here with you, now joined by Jade Winter, head coach of Great Bend girls basketball. Coach, thanks for taking the time. How are things with you?
Pretty good. I mean, it's a game day, so I'm pretty excited.
Absolutely, as you should be. So tell us about yourself. Tell us about the team. If someone's coming out to watch your team play, what should they know?
I mean, we are really low in numbers this year, so that's one thing. When people come out, especially away games, they'll say, wow, the numbers are down. I mean, it just seems like across the state, especially in 5A, a lot of the teams are down, so we're just fitting in with everybody else. I mean, our team definitely has changed since last year. There's a lot of girls that did come back and play. They still like to play the same way. Meredith Mazouk likes to have that energy on defense. She likes to get after it a little bit. Most of the freshmen that came in, they're just fitting in just fine. They're high energy. They like to go, and that's kind of the style of play that we want to continue with.
So tell us about some of the members of the senior class on your team.
So Alyssa McCauley is a senior. She played a lot last year. She does a good job at bringing the ball up the floor. She can shoot the ball whenever she gets hot. She's a good vocal leader on and off the floor. Catherine Mazouk is another senior. She returns from last year. She does a great job at playing post or guard, kind of wherever we need her. She is usually tasked with guarding the best person on the opposing team, and our last two games, she's done a good job at that. So we'll keep looking to her for that job. And then Denver Ringo's a senior. She was out last year due to injury. She didn't come back from her knee surgery, but we're excited to have her back this year. She will be a big asset for us in the post. She's got a high basketball IQ on offense and defense, so she'll be a good one to have.
Absolutely. So you said a couple of names in there that I recognize from volleyball. You know, they were big on this show during the fall semester. Who are some other multi-sport athletes that I've talked to on this show through volleyball or some other fall sport?
So Alex Mayers is a multi-sport athlete. She was on the volleyball team. She plays basketball. She's just a go-getter. She's the one that knocked her teeth out during volleyball season on the floor. So her energy is just contagious on the floor. Once she starts going and gets her teammates all hyped up too, it's pretty cool to watch. And then her little sister, Stevie Mayers, she's also on our team. She's a multi-sport athlete. She's really athletic, tall. She's a great rebounder for us. Meredith Mazouk, she plays volleyball and basketball. And so it's just, I like having the multi-sports. I like having the kids that can be versatile and everything.
Yeah, every high school coach that I've ever spoken to that all they do is coach high school sports, whatever that sport may be, they always want their kids to be playing something. Being in that competitive spirit all the time is such a massive help to the kid and to the coach, obviously.
Yeah, and especially when they have teammates that play other sports too. They're getting that morale back and forth through every season. They always have those girls that they can go to whenever they need something, and it helps when they travel from sport to sport with each other.
So tell us about the WAC this year. I mean, I don't know if you know. I'm new. I moved here. I'm not a local, but I'm trying to learn more about it. So women's basketball in the WAC, what do I need to know?
Hayes will probably be the top dog again this year. They did graduate a lot of their scoring. Jenna Schmeidler's a sophomore. She was an all-state selection last year. She's got multiple D1 offers. She's a very good athlete, a very good kid. I mean, her brother's going to play baseball at, I think, University of North Carolina. So, I mean, they're just a very athletic family. Her, and then they have a post that returns that they'll be pretty good at the top. Liberal didn't really graduate much either. They have an all-state girl in there who, she's a post. She can play a guard. She's pretty good. Garden City got a new head coach this year. It's actually the Dodge City coach from last year moved over to Garden. Her daughter's a freshman. She's pretty athletic. They'll compete up there pretty well. And then Dodge City got a new coach. They got the Danny Smith from St. John. He went out there. And so a couple years, I'm sure he'll have that program turned around. He's a great coach. We're welcoming him to the WAC very well.
So let's turn our attention back to you. You've already got a couple of games under your belt this season, tough losses to Bishop Carroll and Andover Central. Recap those games for us.
Andover Central, I mean, it seems like our first game every year. You want to go out, you want to start hot, you want to kind of figure out what you need to work on because the girls just get tired of practicing against themselves. And I told the girls, it's going to be really hard not to just kind of get smacked in the face, and especially with things that we don't even think about, like ball pressure, free throws when you're tired, the things that we're not in our home gym. We're playing against girls we've never played against. And so just from a mental aspect, a lot of things can happen. And I think a lot of the pressure that got to us on our first game kind of altered our play a little bit and didn't allow us to be successful. I thought when we played Bishop Carroll the next day, you could tell our nerves definitely settled down. They were more relaxed. They were able to at least make a pass to their teammate and trust that they were able to catch it and put the ball in the basket. I was really proud about how they turned around. I mean, it could have been really easy for them just to be like, oh my gosh, like we got smoked by Andover Central. Now we got to play Bishop Carroll. But they came out. I mean, we were tied at halftime. They played hard in the third and fourth quarter. It's a lot to build off of.
Yeah, and it's early too. It is early. There's still a whole lot of season left, and to that point, you got Clearwater tonight. Well, okay, so this is airing on Wednesday because we're not having the show today. I've got to drive up to Goodland for Barton basketball, and so that's going to be just a whale of a day. But no show today, so we're doing this tomorrow. But go ahead and preview Clearwater for us. What are you looking for in that matchup?
They have an all-state girl. She's about 6'1". She's pretty athletic. They run a 5-out offense, so they have a new coach this year. I'm guessing that she just wants more movement on the outside since they don't really have a true post. I mean, 6'1's a true post in my opinion, but she likes to go on the outside. They kind of want to create some chaos on when they play offense against our defense, try to catch us sleeping a little bit. They play man defense. They play zone defense. They kind of switch it up here and there, so really, we don't really know what to expect with the new coach because last year, I mean, their coach that was there, he was there forever. So he had it instilled into them what they were running. So it could be anything that we see.
And that's the problem with early season stuff, right? Is like you don't really have a scouting report on one, what this coach wants to do overall, and two, what this coach wants to do when he gets to this new place. It is such a different beast when a guy gets to a new location and has to deal with a whole new crop of players that are maybe not used to what he does. So you kind of he or she is probably trying to figure out a way to blend those styles, and that makes it tough on you.
Yeah, it definitely does. Even last year, there was probably a lot of people that tried to scout Great Bend, and they were like, well, they got a new coach. They graduated a lot. So I feel like our first couple games were a little harder to scout. And even at the beginning of the year, you don't really want to call all your sets that you have because you just don't want to give everybody that you're playing what you got in your bag. So it's kind of strategic a little bit.
Well, Coach, thanks for the time. Looking forward to talking to you throughout the season, and good luck tonight.
Thank you.
Absolutely. That's Coach Jade Winter of Great Bend Girls Basketball joining us here on Sports Day. Big thanks to Coach Winter for joining us on today's show. Joined me yesterday for that talk, but a big thanks to her. She was a lot of fun to talk to. First time I've spoken to a head coach who's younger than me. That was a bit of a revelation. She is 26 years old, she told me, and in her second year on the job with Great Bend Girls Basketball. As I said, unfortunately, came out on the wrong side against Clearwater. They lose 53-33, so they are back in action on Friday, taking on Haven at 3 p.m. Over in the, the Eagle Classic at Kingman High School. Next Era Energy Basketball Classic. Early season stuff. We are in the middle of very early turnaround for high school athletics. Really interesting work underway right now. Sports Day today is brought to you by Kern Floor Service. Whether you need a new ceramic, porcelain, or natural stone floors, they're knowledgeable and friendly flooring experts here to help you find the perfect floor for your home decor and budget. Visit the Great Bend Showroom at 908 Coolidge to see, touch, and feel the latest styles. Also, by Cody Crook of Red Cedar Land Company. Whether you're looking to sell your land or find the right property to buy, Cody takes pride in understanding your goals and making the process as smooth as possible. Call Cody at 620-617-7320, or you can visit redcedarland.com. All right, next on today's show, going to have on Wyatt Thompson, the voice of the Kansas State Wildcats. Wyatt, with a very eventful week. He and I joke about it during this interview. We talked about it a little bit more off the air. But an incredibly busy week for me to go on vacation up at K-State, up in Manhattan, as Chris Kleiman retires from coaching football. And he will instead, I'm not sure what kind of role he's going to take on, but he will be succeeded by Colin Klein, the legendary Kansas State quarterback, has been a coach at K-State following his pro career, then went to Texas A&M as the offensive coordinator, where he has found a ton of success and made a name for himself as one of the best young coaches in the game, and is now going to Kansas State, his old stomping grounds, as the new head coach. I've said it a dozen times on this show. I really love this hire for K-State. I think it's the most obvious hire. I think Wyatt feels the same way. He and I speak about it on the other side of this break. You're listening to Sports Day, live from the Mayo Money Management Studio here on 1590 KVGB and 95.5 FM. Hey, Cougar fans, this is Brant Daughtry, voice of the Barton Cougars. Cheering from the stands is great, but you can give our athletes a true competitive advantage by joining the Cougar Booster Club. Boosters provide the best equipment and facility upgrades, helping Barton athletes succeed at the regional and national level. Whether you're a business or an individual, your support matters. Call 620-792-9377 and become a Cougar Booster today. Go Cougars!
Cine Doors' Christmas message may not be original, but we hope your Christmas shines like the eyes of a child in a toy store.
I wanted to wish everyone a Merry Christmas.
Papa! That's right, Hadley. I think you just did, Eddie.
Oh, yeah, and have a Happy New Year to boot.
Mom, Dad, and everyone at Cine Doors prays your holidays are filled with love and happiness. We hope you have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Merry Christmas!
Merry Christmas from everyone at C&E Doors. C&E Doors in Great Bend and Hayes.
Marmy Auto Group makes it happen. Central and Western Kansas. Check out our selection of new and pre-owned inventory. Marmy's friendly staff offers top quality service that you've gotten to know over the years. When your existing vehicle needs parts or service, our experienced team will get you back in the game this season. Marmy Chevrolet, GMC, Ford and Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep Ram, parts, service, and body shop. Visit Marmy Auto Group on 10th Street or marmys.net. Marmy's, make it happen.
Service from people you know, quality products and professional installation. That's Kern Floor Service. Stop by Kern Floor Service and browse through the different selections of flooring from laminate to vinyl, carpet, wood, and ceramic tile. See their selection of area rugs or special order the one that fits your decor, and don't forget, they can spice up those countertops too. So stop by Kern Floor Service today. Kern Floor Service, 908 Coolidge in Great Bend.
Needing a healthcare plan for your business? Let the experienced team at Freedom Claims Management Incorporated customize a health insurance plan that fits your needs. Whether you're a large company or a small business on Main Street, FCMI can help you provide employees with great health coverage at an affordable cost. From setup to ongoing support, they handle it all. Schedule your free no-obligation health assessment today at freedomclaimsinc.com. That's Freedom Claims Management Incorporated, with locations in Great Bend, Russell, and Plainville.
It's all here at Great Bend Rec.
Sports, leisure, fitness, and wellness, even senior and adaptive needs. It's all here at the Great Bend Rec. Pick up a program guide or stop by the rec office at 1214 Stone in Great Bend, or check out the all-new website, greatbendrec.com. Live, play, explore at the rec.
It's all here at Great Bend Rec. Live, play, explore at the rec.
When things go wrong, don't go with them. Dr. Gary Probst with more thoughts from one of my favorite speakers, Les Brown, a man who lifted himself out of poverty. He also said that when you are knocked down, go ahead and lay on your back so you can look up. Most motivational speakers say that having a positive attitude helps everything, but Les Brown says we need to recognize that life is hard, that we need to embrace the hardship and not allow ourselves to lose sight of what can be. Now, life can be frustrating. Most of that leads to anger, then self-doubt, then anxiety, then depression, and in some cases a feeling that life is absolutely hopeless. Well, it's not. Walt Disney filed for bankruptcy no less than 7 times. Les grew up without a father in Miami's Liberty City, but that experience made him who he is. He tells the story of when he was a boy, seeing another boy being bullied on a bus. The other boys were holding him down on the filthy floor, and the boy yelled, "You can hold me down, but I'm standing up inside." For Les Brown, that was an awakening of what he had to do in life. Through many hardships, until he became famous and wealthy, Les Brown had to stand up inside. Another example of standing tall, Dave Thomas, the founder of Wendy's, an adopted child who became an advocate for those without a permanent home. Please give to the Dave Thomas Foundation and help the many children who need love and support. That's davethomasfoundation.org, and get involved.
Sutherland's is your complete home improvement and hardware store. Tens of thousands of products are in stock at everyday low prices. Sutherland's also offers custom buildings, including post-frame barns, garages, and deck packages too. The friendly and knowledgeable staff at Sutherland's, always ready to help you with any project. From hardware, lumber, cabinets, plywood, and OSB, fencing, power tools, furniture, and more. They simply sell for less. Sutherland's, West 10th, Great Bend, helping America build it better since 1917.
Martin Community College, in partnership with Golden Key Group, proudly offers the nation's first associate's degree in federal human resources, and it's 100% online. This program prepares you for remote federal HR careers that support mission success across the government. Service members and military spouses, use your MyCAA or GI Bill benefits to take the next step towards a rewarding, flexible career from wherever you are. Learn more at federalhr.bartonccc.edu.
Selling your farm or ranch acres can be stressful. At Red Cedar Land Company, they are extremely diverse in the number of ways they can represent you, and they tailor each project to meet their seller's needs. One of the biggest questions for a seller is, what is my land worth? At Red Cedar Land Company, they offer a free market analysis to help you better understand the value of your land. You deserve a better selling experience. Put your trust in Red Cedar Land Company. Call Cody Crook with Red Cedar Land Company at 620-617-7320.
Community bankers should actually know your community. Hi, I'm Sean Powelson, president of your local Equity Bank. As someone who lives here, I know many of you, and I know what's important to you. I've been in the industry a long time, and I've helped many navigate through financial challenges and lead them to financial opportunities. I believe that people bank with people, so I'd like to invite you to stop by one of our region's 5 locations and meet our friendly, helpful staff. Let us show you our commitment to serving you and our communities. Because at Equity Bank, we're right here beside you. Member FDIC.
Welcome back into Sports Day. Brant Daughtry here with you now, joined by the voice of the Wildcats, Wyatt Thompson. Wyatt, it is good to hear from you, man. Didn't get anything going last week because I was out of town, but I hope things are going well for you.
Well, it is going well. Last week was an interesting week with us not chatting because it ended up being quite a week for K-State football. Chris Kleiman, of course, deciding to retire after a 7th football season here. I think it surprised a ton of people. I think for the most part, he's walking away because he's, frankly, kind of tired of the state of the college game right now. It's a game that he loves and has spent a large majority of, 35 years in it. He's a good friend, and I think he's as good a person as I know. So there was the emotion of him stepping aside, and then just a short time later, Colin Klein flies back in from Bryan College Station and is introduced as K-State's new football coach, and he's one of the most popular Wildcat players of all time. So excited to have him on board and moving forward that way. So it was quite a week, no doubt.
Absolutely. Let's start with football because, like you said, a very eventful week. It was a heck of a week for me to go on vacation, wasn't it?
Wasn't it?
So let's start with Chris Kleiman departing. Did you see this coming at all? I mean, you speak to him as much as anybody. Did this sneak up on you, or could you kind of see this coming?
Well, probably a little of both, if I'm being honest. I did not think it would happen this quickly, but I had lots of conversations with Coach about, his thoughts of not just K-State, but the game of college football in general. And he was really frustrated with, having to cut, some of that team in right before camp in July. That was, he told people that was one of the toughest things he's ever done in a 35-year career. And it bothered him all the way through the season, I think. I think he gets frustrated with, our season wasn't what everybody wanted. That's obvious. But in addition to that, I think he grew tired, as an example of say, being, eligible to be a bowl team, and yet because of the portal, having to re-recruit your team and recruit out of the portal and try to fill holes for the following year. And then just the window of it needs to be changed, too. The timing isn't right on it. And all of those coaches talk about it. So there's a lot there on the table. And I think, he's 58 years old. He's made his money. I think he just, decided that this was the best thing for him. And I hope that is the case. He told me, and this made me feel better, that he was at peace with his decision. And if that's the case, I wish him only the best because he's terrific.
Well, I'll let you take the floor here. From afar, Coach Kleiman seems like one of the most well-liked, well-respected guys in a profession that doesn't have a lot of guys that are genuinely great people. He seems like one of them. When you step back from the Chris Kleiman era and you look back on it, what do you think you're going to remember the most?
Consistency. I don't know. We became so used to Bill Snyder and how he did things here and the consistent way in which he worked. I don't know that anybody would expect me to say that about Chris, but he was the same guy every day. And I so appreciate that. He was with me. He was with Stan. He was that way with his coaches, his players. We wanted this to be a developmental program and one where, the players had a big mouthpiece with it, but yet also hired good coaches and let them work. I think it would have probably been difficult to follow Bill Snyder, and yet I don't think it bothered Coach Kleiman very much at all, and I so admire that and have over the years because he was happy with who he was and is and how he did things. He's a confident man, and he should be. He's good at what he does. So there's a lot of things that come to mind. And then just a family man that is so dedicated to his wife and his 3 children, anybody would be impressed with that part too.
So turning the page now to Colin Klein, a guy that I remember watching when he was at Kansas State, I believe back around the early 2010s, Heisman candidate at one point. And like you said, one of the most beloved Wildcats ever. In Manhattan, was there ever another named mention for this job? Because I remember when I saw the announcement that I didn't think it was going to take very long to get Colin Klein in-house.
Well, it was kind of, even by Gene Taylor's own admission, a no-brainer, right? The little bit of a scary part in it was the fact that South Florida was really making a large push for Colin when K-State contacted him. And so you had that to deal with. But, when Colin left here 2 years ago, I remember saying to him, I hope you're back sometime in the future, whether that's 4, 5, 6 years, whatever it might be, as our head coach. And he said, that's my hope too, Wyatt. And this place is hard to leave. Don't know that we thought it was going to be 2 years, but when he was here last week, it was so great catching up with him. And I love the fact that he's so humbled by this and so honored and took time to talk about what Bill Snyder meant to him, not only for his career as a player, but as a coach and, growing through that. And also thank Coach Kleiman, giving him an opportunity to be the OC here. So he's a very thankful man. And I just think he's a guy who I think everybody sees that he has the potential to be so good at what he does as a potential head coach. And now he's going to get the opportunity to do that. And I can't wait to see it because I think he's going to hire a good staff. I think he's going to recruit at a high level, and that's all good for Kansas State. And Wildcat Nation's pretty excited about him, and they should be. I've said this to other people. I mean, he was as good a football player leader as I've been around in my career, and I mean that sincerely. He's a special talent.
I completely agree. I will say, just as a personal anecdote, Auburn fired their head coach in the middle of the season, and while I don't think Colin Klein's name was ever connected to the job, he was somebody that I personally wouldn't have mind Auburn looking at. I really love Colin Klein as a coach, and I think he's going to do great things up there at K-State because of what he did at Texas A&M. And looking at that Texas A&M connection, I guess the biggest concern for folks around here that I've spoken to is that Kansas State and Texas A&M are two very different jobs. But at the same time, how do you think that experience at A&M is going to benefit Colin Klein in taking over this program?
It's a great question, and I've been asked that a ton myself because they are so vastly different. I mean, you've got an SEC program with tons of money and resources and all of that kind of stuff. This is a little bit more of a challenge. But I do think K-Staters will respond to this, and I think the likelihood is large that K-State will increase their NIL money and give him every opportunity to compete. I think what Colin lacks in being a head coach, he makes up for in knowing the landscape of what K-State has been over the last 30-plus years with Kleiman and Coach Snyder before that. To me, that's an advantage, and he knows that he can go get young people in this program around the great state of Kansas that they've used in their program for so long, and I know he's excited about that. Now, will they recruit Florida, California, Texas, all the other hotspots? Of course they will. But he's gonna really do a good job, I think, in the state, and I'm excited about that. I can't wait to see him going because, again, I believe that he is. I'm not sure how to say this, but I think he's a special talent, and I think he understands K-State, and all of that stuff will certainly outweigh that he hasn't been a head coach yet, and he'll figure that out. He's a very, very, very bright guy.
All right. I'm very optimistic for the future of K-State football. Let's swap things over now to basketball. Over the week that I was gone, Wyatt, kind of a tough stretch. We talked about the offensive output that this team had through the first 5 or 6 games, but it kind of slumped a little bit. During that slump, what did you see and what was not going right for the Wildcats?
Well, I think a lot of things. I think they lost some confidence. The ball movement and the shooting and those kind of things waned a little bit. And when you put that on top of the fact that this has been a team that has struggled on the defensive end and struggled in rebounding, then all of a sudden when you play a Bowling Green or a Seton Hall, you're putting yourself at risk, and that's kind of the way it played out. I think what happened last night is they beat a team that's not very good, but they did make progress in what they want themselves to be and look like. They shared the ball better. I mean, you had a bunch of guys score with 3 guys with 5 made threes, made 19 overall in the game, and it's not going to be that easy against everybody, and I appreciate and understand that. But I do think this is a coachable crew that has more upside than maybe some have seen so far. We'll see if it plays out. I'm not saying it's going to be easy. To get better, you have to want to get better, and I think these guys do. I hang my hat on that a little bit, and you hope that they can make enough progress, and be more consistent in everything they do. And if they do that, then I think they will be more competitive.
So you got Creighton on Saturday, a little bit of a lead up into that game. What have you seen from the Blue Jays? I know they were a tournament team last year and have had a lot of success in the last couple of years.
A terrific coach, Greg McDermott, who was in the league at Iowa State for a while. He's been there. This is his 16th year. And in his time there, he's already won 355 games. They've been to 4 straight NCAAs. Fortunately for K-State, Ryan Kalkbrenner is gone. I joke about that, but that dude was one of the best players in major college basketball last year. They have struggled shooting the ball a little bit. They've struggled with a couple of 2 or 3 guys getting dinged up a little bit, so it hasn't gone perfect for them either. But think about this. Here are their losses. They're 5-4. Gonzaga, Baylor, Iowa State, Nebraska. That's not exactly a crime, being 5-4 with that schedule, right? So they're also really good at home. It's a beautiful arena. I think it's a real good opportunity for both teams, if I'm being honest. Creighton's probably underachieved from what they thought they would be. K-State started a house of fire and then lost 4 in a row and then won last night. So this will be a big game, man. No question about it.
Wyatt, thank you so much for the time, man. Appreciate what you do every week and can't wait to talk to you again next week.
That sounds good, buddy. Great talking to you, sir. Appreciate
Absolutely. That is Wyatt Thompson, the voice of the Kansas State Wildcats, joining us here on Sports Day. Big thanks to Wyatt. You know, I say it every time, but just the nicest dude in the world and super generous with his time and super valuable for the show. Love talking about Wildcat sports, and he and I are going to keep that up through all of basketball season and probably pick it up next year whenever football starts back up. So big thanks to him, and just a super nice dude and as knowledgeable as could be about K-State. And yeah, that basketball team, like I said, started like I like the way he phrased it. They started a house of fire, and then they lost 4 games in a row. And it wasn't like they were just beating up on Division II teams or SWAC teams. Like Mississippi Valley State, they took it to them pretty good. But they had played some weaker competition. But overall, they played some real teams in there as well and still had a really good showing offensively. But down the stretch, we're not able to, or in the last couple of games, we're not able to really get the offense going. Maybe they see a bunch of shots go in against Mississippi Valley State, and that'll help them again moving forward. And on the Colin Klein front, again, just remains to be seen if he can do it as a head coach. I know he's a good play caller. I know he's got a good playbook. I know that he has made players under him get better. I know that he's done it with a couple of different quarterbacks. And that's always kind of my litmus test as to how good an offensive coach will be is, okay, did you catch lightning in a bottle with one great quarterback and have a great season, or can you do this on a consistent basis? And I think the answer with Colin Klein to this point is he has had good offenses with different quarterbacks and in different locations. So I think that the football side of things is going to be just fine with Colin Klein. Interested to see how he attacks recruiting, how he attacks the NIL space at Kansas State, and how he can lead a program rather than just lead an offense. And, again, I think he's going to do just fine at K-State. I'm anxious to see what happens next season for them. Sports Day today is brought to you in part by Equity Bank. There when you need them. Bank local, save big with in-person banking and business banking. Visit equitybank.com for more information. Equity Bank in Great Bend, Hoisington, and Larned. Also by C&E Doors, your full-service garage door company. Follow the orange sign south of 10th and Harrison. Final break of the show. We'll wrap it up when we come back. You're listening to Sports Day live from the Mayo Money Management Studio, right here on 1590 KVGB and 95.5 FM.
Needing a healthcare plan for your business? Let the experienced team at Freedom Claims Management Incorporated customize a health insurance plan that fits your needs. Whether you're a large company or a small business on Main Street, FCMI can help you provide employees with great health coverage at an affordable cost. From setup to ongoing support, they handle it all. Schedule your free no-obligation health assessment today at freedomclaimsinc.com. That's Freedom Claims Management Incorporated, with locations in Great Bend, Russell, and Plainville.
Service from people you know, quality products and professional installation. That's Kern Floor Service. Stop by Kern Floor Service and browse through the different selections of flooring from laminate to vinyl, carpet, wood, and ceramic tile. See their selection of area rugs or special order the one that fits your decor, and don't forget, they can spice up those countertops too. So stop by Kern Floor Service today. Kern Floor Service, 908 Coolidge in Great Bend.
Central and Western Kansas residents, are you looking for a new vehicle? Marmy Auto Group can make it happen. Marmy Auto Group includes Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep and Ram, Chevrolet, and GMC. Marmy Auto Group, your Central and Western Kansas dealer, has new and pre-owned vehicles, or we can special order your vehicle today. If your existing vehicle needs serviced, Marmy's award-winning service department can help. Come to Marmy Auto Group on 10th or marmys.net. Marmys make it happen.
Cine Doors' Christmas message may not be original, but we hope your Christmas shines like the eyes of a child in a toy store.
I wanted to wish everyone a Merry Christmas.
Papa! That's right, Hadley. I think you just did, Eddie.
Oh, yeah, and have a Happy New Year to boot.
Mom, Dad, and everyone at Cine Doors prays your holidays are filled with love and happiness. We hope you have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Merry Christmas!
Merry Christmas from everyone at C&E Doors. C&E Doors in Great Bend and Hayes.
Hey, Cougar fans, this is Brant Daughtry, voice of the Barton Cougars. Cheering from the stands is great, but you can give our athletes a true competitive advantage by joining the Cougar Booster Club. Boosters provide the best equipment and facility upgrades, helping Barton athletes succeed at the regional and national level. Whether you're a business or an individual, your support matters. Call 620-792-9377 and become a Cougar Booster today. Go Cougars! Welcome back into Sports Day, final segment. Gosh, I really love that song. Little Michael Jackson for you, playing us into the last couple of minutes of the show here. Tomorrow's show, going to be a good one. If I can get the right sheet of paper here in front of me. We'll have on Kyle Cree, head coach of Great Bend Boys Basketball. We'll also have on Trevor Rolfs, athletic director up at Barton CC. He and I will go over the early basketball season. Actually, both of those guys and I will go over early basketball season. Trevor and I will talk about the recognition for the fall sports that Barton had. They had a fantastic showing, and that's what you can look forward to tomorrow. Sports Day Today is presented in part by Great Bend Rec, providing quality leisure, cultural, sports, fitness, and educational programs to improve the quality of the community and the individual lives of their community members. And by Freedom Claims Management, let the experienced and dedicated staff at Freedom Claims Management, Inc. customize a health insurance plan that fits your business's needs. No sports on tonight as far as our airwaves after Sports Day goes off. That's the last sports you're going to get live. You're going to get ESPN Radio right here on 1590 KVGB and 95.5 FM. That'll start tonight around 4 o'clock, and that'll take you through to 6 o'clock. 6 o'clock is when that's going to start, and that'll take you through to midnight. But tomorrow we're back on the air. We will have the Keedy Classic. The Hoisington Lady Cardinals will take on Kinsley at 5:30. You can hear that over on 100.7 Eagle Country. If you're looking for the men's game or the boys' game, keep going back and forth on that. If you're looking for the boys' game, they will play on Friday for Hoisington. They play Larned at 7. That is on Friday. In Kingman, Great Bend will play against Haven at 3 o'clock on Friday, and the boys at 4:30. Again, you can hear that over on our sister station B, 104.3 The Point. So those are the next couple of sporting events coming up. What do we have this weekend? We've got some stuff this weekend. We've got the finale of the Kingman Eagle Classic on Saturday. Hoisington and Larned will both be active at the Keedy Classic. Garden City will be playing Barton over at B104 over on B104. That's a home game, luckily for me. And the last game of the calendar year for Barton Community College basketball. They will go on Christmas break next week. And over on Hits 106.9, we will also have Kansas Jayhawk basketball. Kansas playing Will Wade's NC State Wolfpack. That will be, coverage will start at 4 p.m. over on Hits 106.9. Again, that happening on Saturday, and we'll go over the schedule a couple of times again. Want to let everybody know we have made the decision here locally that the week of Christmas, considering that Barton will be off and high schools will be off, we are going to take a week-long break from Sports Day. I'll still be around. We'll still have programming going, but we are not going to be airing Sports Day while the sports are not happening. So we will take a week off, and then we'll come back brand new in the new year, ready to really get things rolling for the winter semester. And again, you'll hear all the interviews that I can bring you there. Really looking forward to that. That's going to do it for today's show. Big thanks to Landon Winkler over in the corner for keeping us running. Big thanks to Wyatt Thompson, the voice of the Kansas State Wildcats, and Jade Winter, the head coach of Great Bend Girls Basketball, for joining me here today, yesterday. You get it. Big thanks to you for watching and listening. I'm Brant Daughtry. Hey, folks, we'll do it all again tomorrow, 12:30. That's when Sports Day starts right here on 1590 KVGB and 95.5 FM.